CCTV's Natalie Carney focuses on a key concern for Turkey, the tourist industry.
Turkish beaches are a popular destination for Russians. 4.5 million Russians visited Turkey last year alone, adding around $4 billion to Turkey's economy. Turkish data shows Russians account for around 12% of all visitors. But now, these visitors will need a visa. Some of Russia's top travel agencies have already stopped selling packages to Turkey, following warnings from their government against traveling here.
It's hard to even imagine now what we can suggest to those tourists, because prices used to be the key factor for choosing Egypt all the time. Turkey was also not the most expensive destination. I think most of those tourists will either stay at home, and some of them will choose our resorts.
Meanwhile, Turkish food exports are facing tighter controls at Russian customs, placing pressure on the $6 billion trade. But the real stakes are in the energy sector. Turkey imports roughly 65% of its natural gas from Russia. It has also awarded Russian state-owned Rosatom a $20 billion contract to build its first nuclear power plant. And both countries are involved in the Turks Stream pipeline, a proposed natural gas pipeline from Russia to Turkey across the Black Sea. Moscow has already announced that it may impose measures to restrict the $13 billion project.
Yet with slumping economies in both countries, can Turkey and Russia really afford to put the brakes on any economic cooperation?
Economists forecast Turkey's economy is estimated to grow less than 3% this year, while Russia is still bracing itself for its longest recession in decades after the collapse in oil prices.
But I do not expect Russia to impose any sanctions on the energy front. After repeated crises with Ukraine, Russia has been repeatedly blamed for using energy, especially natural gas resources, as a diplomatic leverage or as a weapon against its customers. And Russia tried very hard to prove otherwise.
Falling gas prices, increased competition, and a transformation in the way gas is sold internationally would also make it difficult for Russia to find new customers.
In the short run, it's going to affect Turkey and it's going to hurt. There's no doubt about that. But the mutual interdependencies run so deep, so I do not think that these are sustainable in the long run. What I expect is after the political score is settled, these sanctions will go away silently.
With Turkey planning to boost its trade volume with Russia to around $100 billion over the next 5 years, the risk is this war of words will turn into a trade war, with both sides feeling the pain. Natalie Carney for CCTV in Istanbul, Turkey.